Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Makayla. If you're new here, I make videos on sustainable living, intentional living, and behind the brand of my handmade brand, Huckleberry Bonnets Co. So I am extremely happy that you're here. If you are returning to my channel, thank you so much. I really appreciate that you would come and watch these videos. Today I want to share with you the pros and cons of having a gender-neutral wardrobe for your child. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button because I am starting to upload more frequently and I try to put out at least one video a week. So if that's something you're interested in, hit the bell down below when you subscribe so you never miss a video. And let's just get right into it. A gender-neutral wardrobe. What is it? If you don't know what a gender-neutral wardrobe is, it's essentially pretty much just what it sounds. The clothes can be easily swapped between a boy and a girl, which makes things simpler and complicated at the same time, and I'm going to explain why. The gender-neutral wardrobe is especially trending right now, so if you're somebody who's into trendy items, you probably have already seen this and may be tempted to try this out for yourself or for your kids. But let's just get into the pros and cons before you make a decision, because I think it's really great to know both sides before choosing what you want for your family. So let's start with the pros. The first pro of a gender-neutral wardrobe is that it is just easy to mix and match outfits. It's easy to find things that go together. It's easy to find things to wear. This mix and match capability allows your child increased independence as well. So if you have a toddler or someone who is getting ready to get themselves dressed or dressing themselves for a long time, this is a great way to encourage them to get dressed and pick their own outfits. Because everything is neutral and earth-toned and gender-neutral, these are just going to be outfits that go together really well. So you can be confident that when your child picks out an outfit, it will be something that goes together and they'll look decent when they go out the door. The second pro to a gender-neutral wardrobe is especially in the beginning of pregnancy, whenever you don't know what you're having. So some people wait the entire pregnancy to find out what they're having. I didn't have the patience for that, but I almost did. But the people that do wait have kind of an issue because they may want to buy things for their new baby, but they're not quite sure where they're going to fall in the spectrum of clothing. So this gender-neutral wardrobe makes it really easy to pick out things that they will love and be able to use. And just a little side note about the stigma maybe around a gender-neutral wardrobe, or just like a stereotype, is that gender-neutral means like pale green and pale yellow. Yes, that's probably what you'll be able to find in a store if you're shopping gender-neutral, but if you shop curated shops that do gender-neutral clothing, this is not what you find. You'll find a lot of earth-toned kind of colors, especially like, for example, this kind of mustard ochre color. Clay is another one, terracotta, sand, bone, browns, indigos. There's all kinds of colors that are used that just seamlessly can be worn on a girl or a boy. So there is definitely more of a color choice when it comes to gender-neutral wardrobes. It's not just green and yellow. But if you are someone who's waiting to find out the gender of your baby, this is a great way for you to craft a wardrobe for them that you can feel good about, even if you're not sure what you're having until the day that they arrive. And if you're someone who likes to shop for a friend and they don't know what they're having, this is another great way to just make sure that they can use whatever you buy no matter what. The third pro of a gender-neutral wardrobe for kids is the fact that it can pass down through multiple children. So if you have a larger family or you're planning on having more kids, this is a great way to get the most bang for your buck. All of those clothes are going to fit and be able to be worn by all of your children, not just girls or boys. So let's say you had one girl and then you have 3 boys, you're not going to have to repurchase a bunch of clothing when you have all the boys and then only use the girls' clothing once. This will really give you versatility in your wardrobe for your kids and allow there to be a longer use for each item, which I think is a really sustainable choice when buying clothes. Finally, the fourth pro of a gender-neutral wardrobe. This kind of wardrobe can simplify the dressing process for siblings that are close in age or in the same size that are different genders. So if you have multiples or siblings that are currently wearing the same size, a gender-neutral wardrobe will make it easy for each of them to pick something out of their clothes without you having to buy 2 separate sets of clothing for each one. That kind of wraps us up for the pros. Now let's get into the cons, which I know you've been waiting for because who doesn't love feeding off of some negativity? But I'll tell you, we're not here for negativity, we are here to research both sides. So we're going to keep it kind and we're going to keep it honest. So for the cons, the first reason that I have is that it may limit individuality. And I'm sure you were thinking this from the beginning, especially if you're a skeptic about gender-neutral clothing, but it's true. A gender-neutral wardrobe does limit the amount of expression, especially for girls, that if they like really bright pinks or patterns or dresses or skirts, it kind of limits that. If you stick legalistically to the gender-neutral clothes, it doesn't really give them as much of an opportunity to explore the other clothing that's available. So that is one thing you may run into if you decide to do gender-neutral clothing only. But this is kind of a reason why I choose to do a balance of both, because my daughter really loves pink and she loves patterns and she loves dresses and skirts and frills. So I'm not about to limit that by saying you have to only wear clothes that could be worn by a boy as well. That's something that you may run into, and it's something to consider when you pick out your child's clothing. The second con that can come from a gender-neutral wardrobe is that it is a trend. And some people might not see that as a con, but if you're somebody who likes to avoid trends or someone who likes to go against the grain and doesn't want to feel like the only reason you're doing something is because everybody else is doing it, then this may not be the right choice for you. I personally will be using gender-neutral clothing and neutral tones and earth tones for a long time, probably way long after other people have stopped doing it and it's not trendy anymore. So if you're someone who wants to hold out until it's not trendy and then do it so you're cool, you can do that. Or if you just realize that it is a trend right now, just take that into consideration. That's really all I have for the cons for a gender-neutral wardrobe. But the final thoughts here about the pros and cons of a gender-neutral wardrobe is whenever you pick out clothes for your family, make sure that it's something that you and your family enjoy. Don't just pick a trend. Don't do something because someone's pressuring you or you feel inadequate on social media. Don't make a decision based on other people's choices if it's not what you feel is best for you and your kids. And it's always, always, always important to consult your kids about their wardrobe because they are people too. And I don't think you would appreciate it if somebody came in and told you exactly what you were supposed to wear and that you couldn't choose anything different. That would kind of feel like communism. So let's not do that to our kids. Always give an option. Ultimately, you have the final say because you are the parent and kids are growing and learning. But including them in this process of picking out their clothes is a really important step in them feeling like they are responsible and have a say for what they like. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed learning the pros and cons of a gender-neutral wardrobe. I wrote an entire blog post on this topic, so if you would like to read more about my reasons why I choose a mix of a gender-neutral and a kind of frilly, whimsical wardrobe, then click the link down below. You can also shop my mixture of gender-neutral clothing and frilly floral pattern clothes right on my website that's also linked down below. It's huckleberrybonnetsco.com. Our spring capsule is live and it's full of beautiful linens and vintage florals that I absolutely love. So thank you for being here. I will see you next week. And let me know down in the comments, what are your thoughts about a gender-neutral wardrobe? Is it a pro? Is it a con? Do you mix? I'm curious to know, but I will see you guys next week. Bye!